This is your inspiration station, Faith FM, and you're listening to Pat and Josh in the morning.
The Toronto Children's Concert Choir and Performing Arts Company is presenting Everybody's Free, a Black History Month celebration. It's happening this Saturday, February 4th, at the Registry Theatre in Kitchener.
And we're pleased to have founder, executive artistic director of the HopeWorks Connection with us this morning. It's Reverend Denise Gillard.
Good morning, Denise.
Good morning.
Hey, listen, what kind of things happen at HopeWorks?
Well, HopeWorks is dedicated to empowering youth through the performing arts, academics, and various youth development initiatives. So we do March break day camps and summer day camps. They receive homework help, healthy lunches, all kinds of youth development workshops, and they're actually a touring company. So we have TC3 for short, which is the Toronto Children's Concert Choir and Performing Arts Company, and they sing, they do drum and different kinds of dance, Afro-Caribbean drumming. So every couple of years, as we're able, we travel, we can say nationally and internationally now. So they've been across Canada and the States, they've been to England and the Caribbean. Then we also take youth away on retreats and help them to understand themselves as children of God and whole beings, and we do that ourselves as well as with various partners. We're busy.
It sounds like it.
I guess you are. Man.
Wow.
And you're bringing the group to our area, the Registry Theatre, in partnership with the African Caribbean community, called Everybody's Free, and it features the Toronto Children's Concert Choir and Performing Arts Company. And they're coming up here on Saturday.
Yes.
It's a special Black History Month celebration. And now, Denise, I got to tell you, I am like a pale, white, Irish guy, and I'm always intrigued. And can I ask you, what does Black History Month mean to you personally?
Oh, well, it's extremely important for me as a person of African descent. You know, my father was Jamaican. My father's passed away, so my mother is Nova Scotian, and on my mother's side of the family, I'm 11th generation Canadian. And yet, you know, when you look at most of the history books or, you know, what we as Canadians know about Canada, that black story is not in the fabric of mainstream society. And so as a child growing up, you know, people used to walk up to me and say, "Oh, what island are you from?" And I would say, "I'm from Center Island," you know, because there was a sense of not understanding the black Canadian contribution to society. And so for me, Black History Month is a chance to raise those stories so that all people, number one, will have those stories. They're valuable resources, but also particularly so that our children of color who come from, you know, indigenous here for generations, and those who might be new immigrants or from all over the world, have a sense of rootedness. And when you're rooted, you know that you can contribute. As a Christian, Black History Month is vital to me because it allows me to lift up the stories and put them into the context of faith. Many of our great stories. So, for instance, you know, my roots are Baptist. The famous Nova Scotian preacher David George, that minister, you know, he was one of the first, or at least the first recorded person, black person, pastor to baptize a person of another race, a white woman, and it actually caused a riot. Her family was so upset that when he was putting her in the water, they were reaching down in the water and grabbing her hair to try and prevent her from being baptized.
Oh, my.
So you can imagine how we can tie that into so many lessons and stories for today as we think about everything from evangelism to, you know, standing your ground to, you know, being opposed. Those are great stories, and if you don't know them, you know, how can you preach them or share them?
So this is an appropriate title, Everybody's Free.
Everybody, because in the end, unless one is free, no one's free. But if we're free, everybody is free.
Denise, what else can you tell us about the event coming up on February 4th?
Well, it is going to be, I believe, a great joy to everyone who comes, as well as the participants. So it's a cultural presentation. Feature various kind of gospel and inspirational choral pieces. We'll have a drum and dance piece, and it's basically to tell the story of faith, freedom, and future hope. Everybody's Free is a piece that came from Romeo and Juliet, the musical, and it's kind of a piece that they put in a modern version, and we've kind of taken that and built on that. So we'll be doing a repertoire of music that is ranges from the motherland. So you'll hear some South African, you'll hear pieces of Nigerian or West African, and you'll get that Caribbean feel, as well as you'll get that spirituals, which are North American and Canadian style, because as I was telling you, my roots are from Nova Scotia, so it's got that feel in it, as well as some contemporary pieces. And so just that idea that we're all in it together, and the themes of hope and faith and freedom, well, they resound with everybody, even our Irish brothers and sisters, right?
Amen.
Doesn't sound to be like a whole lot of sitting at this event.
No, you can get up, dance, you can sit down, whatever posture you take. The one thing that I promise is that your heart, your spirit will be encouraged. I mean, that is ultimately one of the prayers that I pray with our young people and our staff who are amazing is, let me be a blessing and let me receive a blessing. And so we totally understand that it's a two-way street. And so our goal is just to touch lives, that when you come, if you're feeling lonely or low or unenergetic, or if you're going through stuff in your life, that when you leave you'll be deeply encouraged. And if you're at the top of your game, you'll leave with even more in the tank, because God is an extra God, so you get extra so that you can give it away and share it.
All right, so the name of the show is Everybody's Free, and it's this Saturday, February 4th, 2 shows, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and this is at the Registry Theater. And for tickets, you can call 519-578-1570, and that's the Center and Square box office. You can get the tickets there, or registrytheater.com. And if people want to find out more about the Toronto Children's Concert Choir and Performing Arts, you've got a website too, right?
We do, and the easiest one to remember is www.tc3.ca. That's a T like Tom, a C like cat, the number 3.ca.
Denise Gillard, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Bless you.